What's going on? I hope you all are good. So, this is my ranking of all the stances in Jedi Survivor. Now before we get into it, let me know your ranking down below, and after, let me know if you agree or disagree with my ranking. Okay, so getting into it, in 5th place is the crossguard stance. Now I don't know about you guys, but for me, this was the least enjoyable stance. I'm someone who likes to have a fast-paced experience with games like this, so considering that this stance is the slowest stance in the game, it just wasn't for me. It's a high risk, high reward type of stance, which is good for players who are playing on the highest difficulty because it rewards you for your great parry timing. Well, when the parry decides to work anyway. But yeah, it just wasn't for me. I enjoyed how powerful it was, but at the end of the day, I just had more fun with the other stances, and they're just more fast-paced. Plus, I didn't think it made sense for Cal to wield that lightsaber, considering he's more of a skinny Jedi, and it doesn't make sense for him to wield that lightsaber when it's obviously too heavy for him. And for most of you, you don't think like that, but I'm someone who really wants to keep the story how it's meant to be, and I don't like to stray too far from it, like giving Cal a mohawk or a mustache or a mullet, because we know that he just would not have that in the story. Even though it's fun to have them things in the game, it would have just took me out of the story and it'll feel like a whole different character. So I like to keep everything realistic, and the crossguard stance just wasn't it. It's just not the type of lightsaber that I imagine Cal wielding. Anyway, on to number 4. In the 4th spot is the single-bladed lightsaber, the default. Now this one I enjoy so much. I used it on my 2nd playthrough. It's basically the default setting for Jedi. It's the easiest lightsaber stance to learn as a Jedi, and in the game it is just fun. But unfortunately, the other 4 stances are more fun and more refreshing, considering we haven't used 2 of the 3 last stances in the Star Wars Jedi series before. Honestly, there's no problem with the single blade. It's well balanced. It doesn't really have a weakness, but it doesn't excel at anything either. But the single-bladed lightsaber is just the least exciting one to use in this game. I really do not have a problem with it. It does everything you'd expect the lightsabers to do in the hands of a Jedi, and we've seen it many times. So that's really it. It was just the least exciting lightsaber, and the other 3 in this game I just had more fun with. So, in number 3, we have the dual-wield lightsaber stance. Now this stance is another one that is new to the game, and I have to say, it is very fun to use. It's the fastest, and like I said, I like fast experience gameplay. You feel quick and nimble and skilled whilst using it, considering I'm sure that the dual-wield lightsaber stance would be the most difficult to learn as a Jedi, so therefore it makes you feel like a really skilled Jedi, and the animations for it are just badass. I mean, you've got a lightsaber in each hand, and you can basically just overwhelm the enemy due to being able to just hit them constantly, which is so realistic because in real life, if you have 2 weapons in each hand, whilst your opponent has 1, you will definitely be on the offense most of the time, as the opponent is going to have 2 weapons heading his way in fast succession, 2 times faster than the opponent can move his lightsaber, and therefore they've got to be on the guard at all times, and they've just got to watch out for that second lightsaber hitting them. So it will definitely overwhelm your mind and the speed of your movement. So in my opinion, it's very realistic how it works. The playstyle you're meant to use it with makes so much sense, and I just enjoyed it a lot, but I did not enjoy it as much as the last 2 stances. So, in 2nd place for me is the blaster stance. Now this stance was just so enjoyable, the way you can cover the distance with your blaster. Whenever you're too far away from the enemy, you're never out of range, no matter where you are. If the enemy pushes you back, or you get hit with an explosive and it launches you backwards, you can press triangle and just continue to attack the enemy instantly, and making sure they're always busy and so they're not moving towards you and basically crowding you or overwhelming you, considering you're taking on more than 1 person in most of the battles in this game. So it's very easy to get overwhelmed, and so the blaster helps you keep a distance. And honestly, it really just doesn't have any weaknesses. As soon as you've run out of bullets, you go in to attack the enemy, which you'd have to do with any other stance anyway. You go in and all you have to do is land hits, and every hit will give you a bullet back into your gun, which then makes you able to keep a distance again and attack them from afar. Basically, the stance is as OP as it's meant to be. I mean, if you've got a lightsaber and you're force sensitive, but also you've got a blaster, I mean, what really is the weakness, apart from the fact that you can't use your other hand to help control the lightsaber? But yeah, this stance is just as good as it's meant to be. Of course, Jedi didn't use this because it wasn't really the Jedi way, and of course there would be weaknesses to use this stance versus another Force user, as a blaster really isn't that effective against Jedi and Sith. So yeah, for this game, when you're going against infantry most of the time, it makes perfect sense, and it just suits the way that Cal is as a Jedi. He's a rogue Jedi, he's different to the others really. He's more like an explorer, he's basically Indiana Jones, so this stance really does make sense for him, because it's out of the ordinary for Jedi to use this stance, and Cal is far from an ordinary Jedi. So in first place, of course, that leaves one more stance, which is a stance from the previous game, the double-bladed lightsaber. Now this stance for me, I just enjoy it so much. I think it just looks so cool, and it has the best defensive ability in this game. No matter how many blasters are aiming at you, you have the ability to block all the shots back to multiple enemies, and it's just really hard to get overwhelmed in this game with this lightsaber. Every time enemies come at you as a group in a real tight radius, to the point where you can't really move and you can't just block one enemy, and basically you're going to end up getting hit and taking damage. With this lightsaber stance, you do not have to worry about that, because it has so much defensive utility. There's an awesome move where you can chuck your lightsaber around you and it'll just wipe out every enemy in its way. And then if you upgrade it again, you can then catch it from that first throw and then throw it around again in a wider radius, and it will take out all the remaining enemies if they're not dead. So that's just a badass animation, I love it. But also in general, I love how the lightsaber looks. You also feel very skilled whilst using it in the game, and of course in real life, if you had this lightsaber as a Jedi, you're most likely very skilled, just like Darth Maul. He was a very skilled Force user and he was very athletic, which is exactly how you feel in this game when you use this stance. And yeah, I just really like this stance. I like how it looks, I like how it feels when you use it, and it's actually very underrated on offense, because in my opinion the stats do not do it justice. I mean, for this lightsaber I'm pretty sure it makes the offense stat go down and the defensive stat go up. But in this game, you can hit the enemies so quickly that you can take them down very easily. It hits hard, and you can land hits like a rapid fire machine gun, to the point where it doesn't matter how weak the strikes are. You're hitting them so fast that you're getting the enemy down before they even know it. So yeah, this lightsaber is just my personal favourite, and who doesn't love Darth Maul? One of the most developed characters in Star Wars, and just all around a cool character. But anyways, this is my ranking. How do you guys feel about it? Do you agree or disagree with my ranking? Let me know how you would rank these stances down below, and I'll see you on the next one. How you doing, Merrin?
Is ready for a bumpy ride.
What?
Hey, motherfucker.
Man, if you don't, get out my fucking way. No, boss. Oh, what the? Oh, fuck no. Yeah, I'll come back. I'll come back tomorrow. We actually get to go in. Oh, wow. This is where Luke got frozen. No, this is where Han got frozen. Oh, this is cool. What happens if I jump in there? Do I die? Guess we'll never know. Vader, get out. Let's fight. Let's fight, Vader. Come on. This is sad, but you're gonna go out like this. One bullet left, and you're dead. Come on, you're better than this. Come on, give me a real fight. Come on. Okay, B is to dodge. Okay, get used to it again. That's the block. Okay. Whoa. Whoa, buddy. Okay, he's better with this dude.